For this video, we're going to be talking about transformations of graphs. So that means going to be moving around the coordinate plane depending on what we do to the function. But for this video specifically, we're just going to be talking about vertical shifts and horizontal shifts. Now, I'm sure you already know what this means, but vertical shifts means it's going up and it's going down. Horizontal means going to the right and to the left. And we're going to be referring to our most common functions. These are our most common functions. We're going to refer to them as, let me put a little red star. We refer to them as parent functions. So we're going to take our parent functions, and we're going to do some arithmetic to them to get our shifts. So for example, vertical shifts, they are going to be in the form of our function plus a constant outside of the function. So for example, say our parent function is, so f of x, let's just pick an example, so f of x equals x squared. A vertical shift would look like x squared plus 3. That would be f of x plus 3. Okay? So we are adding a number outside of the parent function. So this is a vertical shift. And if k is positive, so we're adding a positive 3, this is going to be a vertical shift up 3. Horizontal shifts is when you add or subtract a number inside the function. So let's say our parent function is x squared again. So if we add or subtract a number inside the parent function, our shift is going to look like x minus the number squared. This is f of x minus 3. Alright? So since h is positive, and here we're subtracting a positive 3, this is going to be to the right 3 units. Okay, we'll do some more practice with this, but this is the general outline of horizontal and vertical shifts. Okay, here we got a situation where they're asking us to perform the shift and write down the resulting equation. We have our parent function, f of x equals the square root of x, and we want to shift that function up 4 units. So this is going to be a vertical shift. Now if you look back to your notes, you'll see a vertical shift is when we add or subtract outside of the parent function. So we're going to take our parent function, we're going to shift it up 4 units. So it's going to look like the square root of x plus 4. Now we're just going to do a little sketch of the graph just so we know what happened to the graph. Okay, so a square root function originally looks like something like this, where we start at 0, 0, and we're going to move it up 4. So I'm just going to move it up 4. Okay, so we just took our parent function, moved it up 4. Now let's do the same thing for the down 3 units. This is going to be f of x minus 3. It's going to look like square root of x minus 3. I'm just going to do a little bit of a sketch. Again, we know what the parent function looks like. It starts at the origin and it rises up slowly, square root function. Now we're going to move it down 3 units. Doesn't have to be super accurate, we're just trying to get a sketch. Here for the right 2 units, that's going to be a horizontal. So remember, horizontal shift is when you subtract a positive number. Since we're going to the right, that's in the positive direction, so it's going to look like f of x minus 2, which is equal to the square root of x minus 2. So the function, the graph, is going to move to the right 2 units. So we took our parent function, subtracted 2 on the inside because horizontal shift is subtracting a positive number, and it results in this equation and this graph. Now for the left, that's a negative. That's a negative direction, so that's going to be f of x minus a negative 1, which is the same thing as saying plus 1. So that's going to result in the square root of x. Let me fix that x a little bit. Plus 1. That's going to be going to the left. So I'm going to redraw that guy right here. We took our parent function, which started at the origin, and we're going to move it to the left. Alright, now let's try one with combination of the two. So this is a horizontal shift and a vertical shift. Left is a negative direction, so it's going to be f of x minus a negative 5. And this is going to be down, so that's going to be f of x minus 2. So we're going to combine both these at the same time. So we have a horizontal, we're subtracting negative 5 on the inside and subtracting 2 on the outside. So this is going to look like f of x plus 5 minus 2, which is going to yield the square root of x plus 5 minus 2. And the graph is going to look something like this. Okay, again, here's the original, something like that. And we're going left 5 and down 2. 1, 2, going to the left 5, down 2. Okay, so that's basically graph transformations. Now we're going to have some practice problems for you to do. Next time you'll see y-axis flips, x-axis flips, and shrinks and stretches. Alright, for these practice problems, we're only going to do the ones where we involve shifts. So that's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and that's it. And also, so they're just looking for the new equation. And if you could also sketch the graph, that'd be awesome. Okay. Alright, that's it for the video. For the future videos, you'll see, again, I'll do reflections and shrinks and compressions.